Welcome back to the channel, and we'll talk about another exciting video on the world of rare coins. Today we are looking at some of the most expensive and valuable 1-cent coins ever sold. These include legendary United States wheat penny coins and rare Canadian 1-cent coins that can bring in huge amounts of money. Some of these cents are hiding in old jars, drawers, and collections, and you might even have one without knowing. Stay tuned as we reveal the rare dates, eras, and secrets that make these tiny coins worth a fortune. Let's get started. The 1-cent wheat penny coin from the year 1958 United States of America stands as a final chapter in the long and glorious story of the Lincoln Wheat Cent, which began its journey back in the year 1909 under the leadership of President Abraham Lincoln. And this coin holds a great place in American numismatic history because it was the last year that the wheat reverse design was ever minted before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, and because of that, collectors see this coin not only as a piece of metal but as a piece of American legacy and transition from old tradition to new era. The 1958 wheat penny was produced into major mint locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, and each version carries its own story and value. The Philadelphia coin bears no mint mark, while the Denver coin carries a small D below the date, and although both types were made in large quantities, the condition, rarity, and specific mint eras make some of these coins worth far more than face value, and that is why people still check their pocket change and coin jars today in hopes of discovering one valuable piece. In total, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 252 million pieces, and the Denver Mint made more than 800 million pieces, which makes the 1958 D coin one of the highest mintage wheat pennies ever made. But the true treasures among them are the rare era coins and high-grade uncirculated examples that survive in pristine red copper color, and collectors around the world pay strong prices for coins that are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, showing full original mint luster and sharp details. One of the most famous and valuable eras connected to the 1958 wheat penny is the 1958 double die obverse, which is one of the rarest Lincoln cent eras ever discovered. Only a few examples are known to exist, and in auctions, these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, in some cases even crossing 100,000, depending on grade and condition, and the doubling on the obverse can be clearly seen on the words "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date 1958, making it a striking and dramatic era that collectors dream to find for ordinary 1958 pennies that show heavy circulation, where the value might remain close to 1 cent or just slightly above. But when you find coins in brilliant uncirculated red condition, the price can rise to several dollars, and if you have one graded MS65 or higher with full luster, the value can reach into the double or even triple digits depending on demand and the coin market. And because of its final year status, many collectors like to keep a shiny 1958 penny as a symbolic end to the wheat design collection. When you study the design, you will notice the front of the coin shows the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, who originally created the design for the 1909 penny, and the back of the coin features two wheat stalks encircling the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design was meant to represent prosperity and agricultural strength of the nation, and that is why it remained loved by millions for 50 years before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Collectors often talk about the difference between the red, brown, and brown color grades that determine much of a wheat penny's value, and those colors represent how much of the original mint copper surface remains intact over time. Red coins are bright and lustrous, while brown coins have darkened due to oxidation, and between them red-brown coins show partial shine, and collectors generally prefer red coins because they look the way they did when first struck more than 60 years ago, and thus bring premium prices. In today's coin market, the 1958 and 1958 D wheat pennies are still affordable for beginners, but their potential to hold value lies in condition and rarity. Coins graded MS67 or higher can command strong prices while average, circulated examples are still beloved by hobbyists for their nostalgic value and connection to American history, and that makes this coin a perfect entry point for anyone wishing to start collecting Lincoln cents without spending a fortune but still owning something with rich meaning and beauty. If you want to know whether your coin is valuable, first look for the mint mark, then carefully examine it under good light for any doubling or unusual marks. Next, check its color and surface for any scratches or spots, then compare it to online price guides or submit it to a professional grading company if you believe it might be rare or in exceptional condition, because even a small variation in grade or arrow detail can make the difference between a common penny and a rare collector's gem. So in conclusion, the 1958 wheat penny coin from the United States of America is more than just a small copper disc. It represents the closing moment of an era that began in 1909 under the great image of Abraham Lincoln, and every collector, whether beginner or expert, cherishes this coin for its historical value, design, beauty, and the possibility of finding a rare double die treasure worth a fortune. Therefore, keep your eyes open, check your old coin rolls, and remember that sometimes the smallest coin in your hand could hold the biggest story in American numismatic history. And please subscribe the channel Coin Hunt USA. The second coin is 1 cent coin from 1974, Canada, and why this small copper piece has gained attention among collectors for its history, rarity, and rising value. As more people become interested in old Canadian pennies and the hidden treasures that may be sitting unnoticed in drawers and coin jars across the world, the 1974 Canada 1 cent coin was struck in large numbers, but collectors still look for special qualities such as sharp details, rich color, and original mint luster, which can transform an ordinary penny into a valuable collectible, especially when the coin is found in its highest preserved condition, making it a target for grading and investment by serious numismatists. This coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machen, along with the iconic maple leaf twig on the reverse, crafted by G. E. Kruger. Gray, a design that represents the cultural identity of Canada and gives the penny its charm, making it an attractive piece for beginners and experienced collectors who appreciate classic Canadian coinage. When discussing value, it is important to understand that the condition of the 1974 penny determines most of its worth, because low-grade coins are extremely common, but coins in brilliant uncirculated or red mint state grades are much rarer and can be worth significantly more, especially when certified by a leading grading service that confirms authenticity and exact condition. Circulated 1970 for pennies pulled from change usually hold minimal monetary value, but they still attract collectors who enjoy building date sets. However, coins in mint state with strong strike quality and clean surfaces can sometimes reach attractive prices in auctions and online marketplaces, where collectors compete to obtain the finest surviving examples for their personal collections. Some 1974 Canada pennies may show interesting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubled elements, which can greatly increase desirability because error coins are unique and their value depends on visual impact, rarity, and condition, making them exciting finds for treasure hunters who inspect every detail, hoping to discover something rare and unexpected. The metal composition of the 1970 for penny includes mostly bronze, which gives the coin its distinctive color and weight, and although the melt value is low, the historical significance and nostalgic connection to the era help elevate the interest around this coin, especially as Canada no longer produces pennies, making older dates more appealing for collectors and historians. For anyone wanting to invest in a 1974 Canadian cent, it is recommended to store the coin properly in safe holders that protect against air, moisture, and scratches, because proper preservation can maintain or even increase value over time, especially for coins that already show high-grade qualities like strong luster, smooth fields, and well-defined maple leaf details. In the collector community, the 1970 for Canada 1 cent coin continues to inspire interest because it represents an important chapter in Canadian currency history and carries sentimental value for people who remember using pennies in everyday life long before the denomination was discontinued, which adds an emotional layer to its financial worth. As we conclude this long and detailed exploration, remember to subscribe, like, and share the channel for more coin videos and deeper investigations into rare and valuable coins, because your support helps us continue producing long, informative content for collectors and enthusiasts around the world and encourages more people to discover the hidden treasures in their own coin collections.